Well, good evening, everyone. Meteorologist Michael Wilhite here with SouthernIndianaWeather.com, bringing you a quick forecast update. We've got more snow on the way tonight. Boy, when winter strikes, it's decided to kick into high gear. We've got some light snow moving through the area right now. This is only the first wave, the main accumulating wave that we're going to see back over here over Iowa and Minnesota, and this is going to sort of move its way behind it. That'll arrive overnight and into the day tomorrow, but we do have a few snow showers moving in here tonight. Not probably going to get much more than just a light dusting out of this. Again, the main snows will arrive tomorrow. If I zoom in here across the region, you do see some of those snow showers working in here. Again, as I said, the main stuff will arrive overnight tonight. Now, we are under a winter weather advisory across the entire state of Indiana and much of Kentucky as well here. Everything that you see shaded in purple is under that. Various start times, but basically everything starts overnight or early tomorrow morning. The closer you are out here to the west, the earlier start time. But this is for snow. The good news is there's no ice with this time, and we can be thankful for that. It was a real mess on Friday around here with the ice, but we're not going to face any ice this time. It's just going to be snow as we sort of look at what's going on here. You can see it well here on the map as this clipper system sort of rolls through. Here we are tomorrow afternoon rolling through the area, and then watch what happens behind that. High pressure sort of comes in large and in charge, and you got this big Arctic high taking charge over the country, and it's going to get very, very cold with this. We'll talk about that in a second. Here's the way future radar times this out. Again, we start to see just a few of those light snow showers enter through the area over tonight, not going to be too much of a big deal. There's that first wave sort of moving through, but your main wave is back here, and by the time you get into the early overnight hours, here's what you have. By 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, you've got some good snows going on up to our north and just out to our west. By about 10 a.m., you notice they overtake the entire area. And then it snows a good chunk of the day, and, by about 7 o'clock or so that night, that's whenever you're just left with a few snow showers around, but everything else is pretty much gone then out of this. How much could we expect out of this? Well, high-res data here, is suggesting, a pretty tight cutoff gradient. Gives only 0.6 of an inch to Louisville, but 3.1 to Evansville, 4 inches up there towards Bloomington. It's only one of the modeling we use. If we go to some of the global models, you see a much broader 1 to 3 inch across southern Indiana and more like a 2 to 4 inch across the north. That's what I've went with in my own snowcast as far as what I think is reasonable around the area. Remember, when you look at these, folks, it is a range for a reason. I can't predict forecast accumulations just right down to your backyard. I can give you a sort of a range, and in general, pretty much everything from Bloomington southward in the state, I think we're looking at about 1 to 3 inches. So you might get 1 inch, and your neighbor 5 miles away might get 3 inch. That's just the way these snow showers work. It's not going to be uniform across the area. As you get up a little bit more towards the north, that's where you could possibly get some of those higher accumulations. I do think some locally heavier accumulations are possible with this. However, I don't think we're looking at a widespread 5 to 6 inch event like we were, like what we saw here in southwest Indiana on Friday. I think this is going to be more limited. And it's also going to be pretty fast hitting with this clipper system then as well. The temperatures are going to be a big story behind this as we go throughout our night. Tonight, temperatures not going to fall all that much from where they are. Right now, we're looking at temperatures around 19 to 20 degrees across the area. And, we fall maybe to the mid-teens here tonight. And then tomorrow during the daytime, we'll actually warm up a little bit. If you notice on the radar out to our west, what we have is a little bit of a warm front out here. And that will actually swing through first before the cold front swings through with this clipper system. As that warm front comes through, it'll be able to kick us up just a little bit. So expect high temperatures tomorrow in the upper 20s around much of the area to maybe 30 degrees, but it won't last long because after the cold front moves through tomorrow night, we're talking about potentially below 0 temperatures as you wake up on Tuesday morning, and widespread below 0 temperatures. And then don't look for much improvement on Tuesday afternoon. Tuesday afternoon only going up to maybe 10 or 11 for a high, and then falling back to very low single digits again that night. And I wouldn't be surprised to see this change to near 0 or slightly below 0 again for a couple of nights in a row. It just depends on exactly how heavy of a snowpack we end up getting. The good news is, though, if you're looking for a warm-up, the colder weather is on borrowed time. So we've got some colder weather coming in for Tuesday and Wednesday, but by the time you head back to this weekend, we're talking about 50s and 60s again. So sort of like what I said in my winter forecast several months ago, folks. It's a La Nina year. It's the ups and downs. You're going to have these bitter cold outbreaks, but they're not going to last tremendously long. It's a year of extremes for us, unfortunately. So at least we did get some snow for you snow lovers during one of these things, but this cold is not going to last. If you look at the storm, at what the Climate Prediction Center rather says for the next 6 to 10 days above normal over the eastern half of the United States, and it really stays that way in the 8 to 14 day outlook as well. So temperatures will moderate a little bit. Are we going to stay in 50s and 60s as far as the eye can see? No, you can see right here on the 10-day spread that we get knocked back to the 30s and 40s after that. So again, it's an up and down pattern. But the good news is, I think this ridiculously brutal cold below zero kind of temperature weather is certainly on borrowed time here. Snow moving in tonight, so just be careful tomorrow. A number of school districts are already canceling across the area. You'll just want to keep it tuned here to Southern Indiana weather. Tomorrow we'll have updates as we go throughout this. Winter weather advisories in effect. And again, as we take a look at the future snowcast in general, 1 to 3 inches over much of the area, 2 to 4 as you head a little bit further north. I'm meteorologist Michael Wilhite. Have a great night and stay safe.